Hello everyone. Good evening, dear authors and invited guests. Welcome to Technical Session 7A. Myself, Soumya Rao, and this session will be moderated by. On the behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Second World Conference on Information Systems of Business Management ISBM 2023, Bangkok, Thailand. The second edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was organized in Bangkok, Thailand yesterday, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today, and it happened yesterday, that is 7th and 8th of September 2023. This session is organized in extension to the ICT 4SD conference series. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and interactive session through the day. In this session, we are having 7 presentations. Please note, in this session, each presenter has been allocated 12 minutes for the presentation and Q&A. It means presenters should finish their presentations in 10 minutes and 2 minutes for Q&A. On 8 minutes, I will raise a general reminder. So be specific with the time limit. There is another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the session chair of the session. So first we're having Dr. Jitendra Bhatia. Professor Jitendra Bhatia is currently an associate professor at Nirma University, Ahmedabad, India. He has more than 16 years of teaching experience at undergraduate and postgraduate level. He has published and presented a number of papers at reputed international and national level journals and conferences. His main research interests include protocol design for intelligent transportation system, software-defined networking, vehicular networks, and cloud computing. We welcome you, sir. Would you like to encourage our authors with your words?
Thank you. No, thanks, Soumya. Thanks. And my best wishes to all participants, right? And let us start. Yeah, Soumya.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Next, we are having Dr. Priya PC, ma'am. Dr. Priya PC is currently working as professor and head of Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science at Indira College of Engineering and Management, Pune. Her research areas are big data analytics, cybersecurity, cloud computing, and data science. She has total experience of 18 years, including industry and academic. She has published 25 research papers in various scopus, WOS, HCI, UGC, care journals, and conference. We welcome you, ma'am. Ma'am, would you like to speak few words that can uplift the enthusiasm of our authors?
A very good afternoon. The world is totally moving towards a different era of data science where the changing definition of business and its management, it has got a great impact on the social economy. So from my side for today, I wish the best of luck with what all ideas you're going to present in order to add or to contribute to economy of India. All the very best to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we are beginning with our first presentation of this event. So I would like to call upon Aruna to present her paper on the topic, a survey of taxonomy of data governance for cloud-based services. Ma'am, are you there?
Hello, good afternoon. Actually, my student Sangha is going to present the paper.
Okay, ma'am.
He's joined the meeting, so he'll be presenting the paper. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sanksha Mahanta, and my co-author plus supervisor is Dr. Aruna Jamdagni. Today, our research paper, we are basically focusing on a survey on taxonomy of data governance for cloud-based services. And we are from Western Sydney University, based in Australia. Now, moving forward, is today's agenda is we're going to have a little bit of introduction about our research topics. plus we'll be having a little bit of analysis of our survey outcome, which we already designed, and we'll be proposing a recommendation. And depending on the recommendation, we'll have a modified standardized taxonomy for cloud-based services. And then definitely that will be followed by a conclusion and question and answer session. Now, as far as the introduction is, as you can see it from the topics, is mainly based on the data governance. Now, why the data governance? The first question or the normal question that will arise, because I'm just making a little bit of extension to the chair, Ms. Priya. So that's, we are pretty much extending or moving towards a data-centric society. So pretty much every second or pretty much every moment we are just producing data and accumulating data, every second by second or minute by minute. Now, as a result of that, we are producing almost currently 119 gigabytes of data every day. And according to statistics, that will be reaching to 460 gigabytes of data by the 2025. So, which is enormous amount of data. And to have all this data, that will help us to make it a better decision making based on the data, along with that will help us to do moving our society towards a better decision making. But problem is with that, if we have this huge amount of data, that will bring a lot of challenges, because how we are going to use it, or how we're going to implement it, or how we're going to utilize it for our industrial purpose or private purpose, or even in the governance perspective, that will be a bigger impact or bigger challenge. So that's why the data governance comes in. Now, what exactly we are trying to do is that the main work is done by the Al-Ruthi et al. And what we are trying to do is that, depending on a literature review plus our survey, we are trying to propose a new standardized taxonomy for data governance. And this is specifically for cloud-based services. Now, moving forward, this is basically is our survey, is our methodology is quantitative. So here, according to the survey, we deployed and implemented, we collected data. More than 98% participants think that data governance is a very important issue. More than 94% participants consider taxonomy of data governance is an important issue. And pretty much more than 85% participants consider security is one of the most important issue, and as well as threat for the moving forward for information technology domain in future. Now, what we are trying to, or what we are proposing based on our survey, along with literature review, is we are proposing a new category, independent new category, with the name accessibility. And on extension to that, we're gonna propose another 3 subcategories under the accessibility, which will be geographical location, privacy, and legal compliance. And now, another recommendation we are doing is a function as a service, which is should be added as an independent subcategory to the existing service delivery model. And another one, we are recommending that data as a service should also be included as an independent service, a subcategory in the service delivery model. Now, moving forward, why we are proposing that accessibility should be accepted as a new category, in a new independent category, based on the 2 particular issues, or 2 particular issues we are focusing. So first one is globalized operational requirements in multiple countries. And in a extension to this, but the first point, we are also recommending that individual countries' legal requirements should also be added to this. So that will make our case that we should be adding accessibility as an independent category. Now, next to that, as I mentioned earlier, that the subcategory of this accessibility should be another 3 independent subcategory, which should be based on the privacy, geographic location, and legal compliance. And this is purely backed by our survey, which is almost more than 91% participants thinks that the privacy is the biggest concern, and we should take that more seriously in a long run. Now, function as a service should be, we are recommending, should be added as a independent subcategory, because in current service delivery model, we have IaaS, which is infrastructure based, and SaaS, which is software, and PaaS, which is platform based. But what we are suggesting, what we are recommending, that we should have that function as a service as another added subcategory, as well as data as a service. For justification for function as a service is very much, this one is very much 2 points. First one is almost 46% participants, and overwhelmingly they are from the
Sorry,
decision
sir, for
making
interrupting you.
governance.
2 minutes left. Can you please
Okay.
conclude with your presentation?
Yeah, so this one will make 46% participants will also back this. So, and same goes for the data, because as we are researching, or we are going towards the society based on the data, so very much, it will be very much impossible to avoid anything related to data or data-centric view. So that's why we are also recommending this one as well. So after having all those, so this is the pre-existing one, and we are just recommending the highlighted area, if function as a service, data as a service, and this is the whole accessibility. We are recommending to add it along with 3 subcategories. Now, this one will be like whole. Now, look, moving forward to that, information technology is a very fast moving sector. So in pretty much in 3 years time, we need to, the whole thing has been changed completely. So that means we need to have a look in a long run. And in a long run, depending on our research, we would like to focus more about the ESG and green governance and virtualization as a service. As you know, after the COVID, the way we move forward, the virtualization became a big issue, and we want to focus on that in a future aspect, and as well as governance itself should be as a focus for as a service. So now, if I'm wrapping it up in such a way that whatever we do, or whatever the way you are moving forward, our whole focus should be our sustainability focus and a sustainable development goal focus. I'm wrapping it up. Thank you everyone for listening. And definitely, if you have any particular question or any queries, we will be more than happy to take. Thank you.
Yeah, Priya madam, you can ask.
Yeah. Sangshay, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Did I
Yes,
pronounce it correctly? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice name. Basically, the survey on the taxonomy, what you have, presented today, I really appreciate the work, the one you have done for cloud-based services. I have a couple of questions for you. Number one is, if you can enlighten all of us on, on the accessibility issue in geographical location. That's number one. And the second is, have you tried the taxonomy of data governance, which is, as you said, that it's a cloud-based services, and 2 services you are going to you are proposing, right? So that it will be essentially helpful. So have you tried this taxonomy ever, as far as the implementation is concerned, or the project is concerned, or the domain is concerned? I would be happy to hear it from you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the question. So as you have two questions, I'm taking the second one first. No, that's still on the conceptual level. We haven't been implemented or haven't been applied anywhere. And as far as your first question is concerned, if can you please repeat the first question once again, please, miss?
Yeah, I was more intended to know, what is accessibility issue as far as
Yes, yes.
geographical
Yes.
location is concerned.
Thank you. Look, over here in Australia, we have some of the data we have by legal compliance or legislation. We cannot move this particular data beyond a state. Forget about the all over the country. So that's legal compliance. And when you are dealing with any kind of data related to this data governance, pretty much all those like a cloud-based, so like Amazon works, AWS is the biggest provider. So they, for the cost cutting or all those benefits, they like to ship the data somewhere else. But if, let's say, in our government perspective, like a Medicare over here or taxes, ATO related, like a tax office related data, by legal obligation, it cannot move that. So that's why this kind of accessibility that comes in. So any data you have in a particular geographical location, that shouldn't be accessed somewhere else.
Okay.
So that was the main focus, and this is the reason why we recommended that one.
All good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Over to you, Geeta.
Okay, yeah. So, did you find any limitations in this, Miss, whatever you have surveyed regarding this data governance? You have prepared a taxonomy for the same, right? So,
Yes.
did you find any limitations in existing what already is there, and on the base on that, you have prepared a taxonomy for data governance for this?
Yes, yes. Thank you for the question. Yes, and this is basically I concluded in the conclusion section, because as the technology or the IT sector is moving so fast, so it's very hard to accommodate all the demands, all the requirements. Like the time we developed this one like 2 years ago, like a virtualization, we didn't really take a consideration. Now, virtualization, we have to take a very big consideration of that. So that's why our future focus will be very much on the virtualization. And on top of that, like a ESG, those are the like a ESG risk or ESG compatibility. Those used to be like 5 years back, those used to be like a pretty much negligible, but nowadays it's become very much inherent and a very much a trendy topic, so which we won't be able to ignore. So whatever we are doing it now, or whatever the taxonomy propose in future or in moving forward, definitely we're gonna focus on this particular area. So which is definitely a limitation which we are not able to cope. So we have to continuously rebalance and refocus and then moving forward. So which is a challenge and limitation as well.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Next, I would like to call upon Muhammadul Islam to present his paper on the topic Factors to Form Business Strategy for Online-Based Ride Sharing Services, as he has requested to present his paper first because of some personal issues. So, sir, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You may proceed with the presentation.
Okay. So, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
So,
Okay.
you don't have presentation?
Sorry, I couldn't make the presentation. I'm sick.
Okay.
Sorry for that inconvenience. Okay. So thanks for having me. This study was a service study. So in the Bangladesh, we have conducted this study as a part of as a part of our research study. So we have investigated some factors like, as we know that the ride-sharing services are getting popular in Bangladesh for few reasons, and so we went for this study, and the study was factors to form business strategy for online-based ride-sharing services. So mainly in this study, we have investigated these 4 research questions. Basically, the research question first was, which of the psychological factors influenced our need to use ride-sharing services? And also we have included the scenarios of COVID, since there is some influence or some influence of COVID. So these 4 research questions are investigated in the study. And also we have asked the participants, like in the epidemic situation, ride-sharing companies offer some sort of extra services like door-to-door groceries, medicines delivery. So did they find it helpful in that situation? And also we had asked them, whenever a promo or discount is offered, are they find it helpful, or are they did it help them to use the ride sharing services than the usual time, or did it trigger them to use that? The 4th research question was, what kind of more facilities could be recommended or could be offered to them? So we have also got their feedback. So moving to the next section. So the contribution of this paper was the identification of important factors, definitely, to form the business strategies for the ride-sharing services like Uber, Pathao, and all those services. And also an overview, you also able to get an overview of the impact of COVID-19, how it is influencing customers' perception as well as the company's perception. So we'll see those on the next section. So this is the research design. So in that part, there we had research method, data collection and analysis method. So this is the high level diagram. So you can see here that in the research design, definitely first of all, we have studied the background and defined our project scope, and then went for the study. And in the data analysis part, we have collected data, and the data we have collected, all the participants are the users of the ride sharing services. So it was the quantitative analysis. The questions are in the Likert scale format from 1 to 5. So quantitative analysis were performed. So, and after there definitely was open and close-ended questions. So not only quantitative analysis, also qualitative analysis. So this was a type of mixed questions. So after getting the data, we have compiled and analyzed the data, and finally we have found some results. So we are moving to the result and analysis section. We all know that for marketing strategies, the 4 P's are the most important factors, like product strategy, price strategy, and also the place and distribution and promotional strategy. So here is the findings that pricing strategy, we have found that while people are choosing the ride sharing services, most of the people responded that safety is the main factors they are considering, and then affordable fare. So at the same time, place and distribution strategy for the ride sharing companies. So you can see here that Uber, Pathao, and all those ride sharing companies nowadays not only is offering the ride sharing, but also the other services like Uber Eats, Pathao Food, so that people are getting interested. At the same time, promotional strategy like that discount, promo offer, and we had found that during the discount and promo offer, people are people have an intention or have a motivation to use those services during the discount offer time. So here is the demographic analysis. We found that survey participants that almost 57% participants are male, while 43% are female, and we also analyze their age group. So you can see here that most of the participants are young, their age from 23 to 26. So, and moving to the next finding. So most of the customers shared that they found Uber is the most convenient for them and they prefer Uber. Then secondly, Pathao. So Pathao is basically a bike sharing services, and whereas Uber, Obhai, Shuttle, and Shohoj, you can see here, they are not the bike, rather than they are car services or the CNG types of services. So Uber is still holding the first position. So people prefer them. Though Uber is expensive, but still people prefer them. So here is the factors to form business strategies. The first argues, so here's the findings. We found that the influential factors to use ride sharing services before and during COVID-19. So in the left side, we can see here that health concern was the most important during COVID-19, and the safety reason and all those reasons are the most important factors during COVID-19. But in the before COVID-19, unavailability of the public transport was the most important concern. So during COVID, people, whenever they went for a ride sharing service, first of all, they preferred the safety concern. So in the COVID, we have seen that Uber, all those services offered some sort of precautions like wearing mask and hand washer, and all those things actually influence them. So and another finding was that the recommended features by the customers. So the customers, most of the participants recommended that emergency contact alert, because they still feel some sort of unsafe. So they feel that if there is an option of emergency contact alert, whenever I'm traveling alone through a ride sharing services like Uber or Pathao, then it would be helpful. And the second demand or second requirement from the side was live location sharing. And the third requirement from the side was better quality of helmet, and definitely it is for the motorbike services like Pathao. So moving to the next portion. So here we can see that another finding is that customers' perception about extra services. We have already mentioned the research questions. So customers' perception about extra service, we can see here that an intention to use ride-sharing services during discount offer. So 44% customers or 44% participants agreed that the extra services the companies have provided was useful, and strongly agree 16% customer or participants strongly agreed that the services like door-to-door grocery, medical services provided by the ride-sharing services are helpful to them during COVID-19. And the right side shows that intention to use ride-sharing services during discount offer. This is another thing. You can see 73% said whenever a discount is offered or promo is offered, they intend to use the ride-sharing services. So the promo or
Sorry, sir, for interrupting you. Can you please continue with the presentation, because
sorry,
you are interrupting with 2 minutes.
Sorry, hello.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you, but you are remaining with 2 minutes. Can you please conclude with your presentation?
Put your paper, Navdal.
Yes. So the third research question was, whenever a promo or discount is offered, are they more intending to use a ride-sharing service? So our findings show that 73% said whenever a promo is offered, they intend to use it more. So moving to the next research question, what more facilities would they recommend? So we have already seen them in the above, like better quality of helmet, live location sharing, all those things. So I'm moving to the next findings, and influential factors to form the business strategies according to the ride-sharing company professional. We also got a chance to sit with the 4 companies of ride-sharing companies professional. They also exchanged their views. Since this is a confidential data, so we didn't mention the name of the companies, rather we have mentioned them as company 1, company 2. So you can see here that most of the companies agreed that COVID-19 had a negative impact on their business, and also customer retention was low, and all those findings from the company professionals' perspective. So, and we are also able to extract the customer's perspective. So from their side, the negative influential factors, that actually discourage their uses. And the factors are the lack of proper amenities, decrement in the uses of ride-sharing services due to the pandemic. Pandemic was also a factor. Poor customer service, high fares. So there is a relation between high fares and discount offer. So we have already seen in the above, the 73% said that during discount or a promo offer they intend to use. So they consider the high fares as a negative factor to use the ride-sharing service. And definitely in the positive influential factor, they have said likely promo offer and discount and new features addition and arriving at the destination on time by avoiding traffic jam. Because I know we know that there are so many traffics in Dhaka. Dhaka is the capital of the Bangladesh. So most of the people prefer to use the bike, as bike can arrive the location as early as possible compared to the other vehicles. So that was the finding from the customer's perspective. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your time, and thank you. I will be happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
So, Mehmet, I would like to ask you that what is your takeaway from this survey? Whatever you have summarized about various factors influencing this online writing sharing service. So, what is your overall takeaway from this?
So the takeaway is that whenever we have started this study, this research study, we found that no comprehensive study have been performed yet, like which actually covering all those things like the existing ride sharing services from the context of Bangladesh. So we tried to investigate the factors and try to cover all those things so that the ride sharing companies came up and considered these factors and can do their business more properly, and also can help the riders or the customers in a better way, can provide the services. This was the intention or the takeaway from this study.
Okay, fine. To you, ma'am. Priya, ma'am.
Yeah. Hi, Mahmood. I
Yeah.
have a couple of questions for you. The
Yeah.
first question would be, I have seen the graph you have drawn,
Yeah.
maybe for customer performance services.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that, I want to, know from where did you get the data? Like, was it a live data that you have collected? Was it a stored data somewhere on some repository you found it out?
Okay.
Or is there any
So
standard method that you have for data collection?
okay, so I have already mentioned that all those data, so we have collected in our survey. There are 108 participants, and all the participants are the ride sharing service users. So we have designed a Google form. There are two types of questions, like the quantitative as well as qualitative questions. Definitely the quantitative questions are in the Likert scale format from 1 to 5, and while the qualitative questions are open-ended. So we have gathered 108 responses, and we have made sure that the respondent are the online or the users, because if they do not if the respondents are not the user or the customer of the ride sharing services, then we wouldn't be able to get the proper data. So we have made sure that, and then after obtaining the data, we have analyzed the data in the using Python. Like we know that there are so many libraries of Python for plotting, like matplotlib and other libraries. So we have just extracted data from the Excel and then analyzed the data.
Okay, so did you thought of processing the data, big data processing or data cleansing? Have you applied such a standard methods before you feed it to your system? I hope I'm audible.
Is ma'am audible?
Okay. Mehmood, are you there on time? I guess he lost the connection. He's not there. Or maybe he is unable to listen to me. Mehmood? Okay,
Ma'am,
all
can we
right.
proceed with
Yeah.
next presentation?
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, ma'am. So now I would like to call upon our next presenter, Prashant Watts, to present his paper on the paper title AI in Healthcare in India, Navigating the Ethical, Legal and Social Implications. Sir, you may proceed with the presentation.
Yes, yes, you had a question. I was just disconnected from the internet due to the internet issues. Please.
The question was in concern with what you have answered to my earlier question. Did you apply any standard data processing technique that I wanted to know so that the result
Oh,
can be made as a standard for all other
okay.
researchers?
Okay, so data big processing, since the data was not as big, like just 108 responses, so we didn't apply any kind of big data processing standard like Hadoop or exporting all those data to Hadoop or using any other technologies. Just we have analyzed it since it was only 108 instances. Yeah.
All good. Best wishes to you, Pranav.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Prashant, sir, you may start the presentation. Prashant, sir, are you there? I guess he lost the connection. Can we proceed with the next presenter?
Yeah, please.
Next, I would like to call upon our next the presenter, Durgesh, to present his paper on the paper title Detection of Fake Audio, a deep learning-based comprehensive survey. So, are you there? Durgesh, sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Prashant this side. I will be presenting after Mr. Durgesh, no issue.
Okay, sir. Durgesh, sir, can you please hear me? Are you hearing me, sir? Prashant, sir, you may start with the presentation. I guess he's not there.
Okay, ma'am, no issue. Ma'am, just give me a moment.
Sir, are you not able to share the screen?
Ma'am, I'm just trying to share my screen. Just give me a moment, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Sir, it is not visible.
Okay, it's not visible. Just give me a moment again.
So we will proceed with the next presentation.
No
Can
problem,
you
no
please-
problem. No problem. In the meanwhile, I will be this thing. No issue.
Okay. So next, I would like to call upon Priya Viraj to present a paper on GN-based anomaly intrusion detection for industrial control system. Priya, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. You may start with the presentation.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Ria. Today, I'm going to be presenting GAN-based anomaly. As we know, industrial control systems are becoming important in daily life because most of the industries like chemical industries, food, water treatment systems are supported by ICS. So because of that only, cyber attacks which is aimed at the industrial controller systems are dangerous because it's not only affect the system, it actually affect the environment itself. So we have machine learning models which can able to detect the cyber attacks, but the main problem is in real-time data it's very hard to get and like handle the imbalanced data. So in this, we have created GAN model, which is to balance the data set and further classify the model and classify our attacks as normal. And we have like 4 attacks based on our data set. So that's it. Then our objective was this, like propose a GAN, anomaly intrusion detection, that can handle the imbalanced data samples by creating more synthetic samples and further detect the anomalies. So this contained like 4 stages. The first stage was like, of course, like data set collection and pre-processing. Then the second stage is like the data set what we have got is like imbalanced data set. So balancing the data set using GAN model. And the third stage is classification. Then the last, evaluation of performance, which is contributing to more anomalies. This is the proposed model. We actually took SWAT dataset, which is secure water treatment dataset, and the next stage was data preprocessing. Then we have given to GAN model to produce more dataset to balance the dataset. Then the generated dataset is given to multi-class classification. So more into the dataset. The dataset is SWAT dataset, and it actually contained like 24 census values and of like 5 stages, because the water treatment system that we took was like 5 stages were there in it. So there are in every stage there are census. So there are like 24 census, and the data set which we got was containing like 9,36,722 records, and which is actually they took or they created the data set by like 7 days of normal operations on the test bed, and the rest of the 4 days it was like attacks was carried out. Then this is the overview of that test bed. So the dotted squares indicates the stages. So we have like mainly 5 stages. Then there are sensors. This, as you can see, the water tank, that is LIT 101, and then FIT 201 in the second stage. These are all in each stages. Then these are the 4 main attacks based on the stages and the attack points. Attack points mainly means sensors. So first is single stage single point attack. That is in one stage, in particular one stage, there is one census got attacked. And the second one is single stage multi-point, which means that there are like multiple attack points is targeted in the attacks in one stage. So multi-stage single point is there will be 2 stages, and in 2 stages there is only like one census which got attacked, and multi-stage multi-point is like focuses on multiple attack points in multiple stages. So this is the safety properties of each census. There are like stages, that is P1, P2, P5. Then the next one is census. These are the census in the each stages and corresponding stages, and its normal operating range is given there. So based on this, we actually done programmed a Python program which actually classify which all our attacks was there in the given data set. So the main problem was like majority, like almost every data was multi-stage multi-point attack. We doesn't had any much data set for like the other 3 attacks. So for that we created the data set for like we want some like at least a bit data to given into GAN so that we can produce more. So for the 3 stages, we created like 1 lakh data set using the Python program itself by creating the combinations of the sensors and getting the data from random numbers within the range that we have provided here. Then this is like the sample of the data set that we have created. And then these data are given into GAN model so that we can produce more. GAN, mainly people focus like when people hear about GAN, like generative adversarial network, it's more into like producing good images or image classification, super resolution, kind of like that. They're not going to in the application where GAN can really use to, create more synthetic data. So that's why we put GAN for this. And then this is the performance that we got there after classifying using MLP model. So we got like accuracy of 99.5. Then the speech importance rate is like which sensor is contributing more into anomalies. So we got LIT 101 was the mostly attacked sensors. So this is the importance score of each sensors, and yeah, the same results. So in conclusion, like what we have done is like we used scan to balance the data set, then we have classified using MLP, and we got like in performance evaluation we got like 99.4%, and finally, like as I said, like importance score, which means like which sensor is the most attacked or like more contribute to the most. Yeah, that's it. Like these are the references. If you have any questions.
Well, Priya, I was jotting down some questions, but you already answered it by the end of your presentation.
Okay.
So I really I want to know, and I'm excited to know that, is there any challenge to your existing system, because you have already proven the system is accurate to a 99%, is it not? Because see, industrial intrusion detection system is a very vast domain where, you have put your more than 100% effort to come to this accuracy level.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there any challenge to your existing or implemented system or proposed system?
Challenge, okay, the main challenge while creating this was like getting the data set, like creating the data set. That was the main issues, because the data set that we got was like, as I said, the majority was just focusing on one single attack points, and I created like the other three. So creating with Python itself is like it actually shows like GAN is not important. Like we can actually use Python, just Python and random generator. But the thing was like actually we can create it from multi-state single point itself, like taking from each sensors and creating itself. That was actually a good way for it, but I did it with Python. Then more focusing on the challenge, or like, see, the technology is growing. So anyway, if we are like focusing on this, the new, even if like tomorrow or next second there will be another method which will be more good and accurate, then this will come. And AI also, like it can do magic. So yeah.
Okay, so there's no loophole to your system?
Hello?
There's no loophole to your, accuracy, 99.4%. There's no loophole with the system that you have implemented, you means to say?
With what would I say, application, it's actually giving with like balancing the data. That concern also like solved in this problem. That was the main thing, like solving the imbalanceness to classify it. So for now, yeah, maybe this is good. I think so.
Okay. No, because what my concern is, your output, is directly proportional to what quality of input you have. So that's how I wanted you to reframe the sentence, like it is as industry varies, as the problem statement varies, as the domain varies, the accuracy is likely to vary, in my opinion. If Jitendra sir also will be agreeing to me on this statement.
Yes, I am. Yes.
So if you can clear it to the audience, this is a fantastic platform that we can share our ideas, and we really can look forward, to exchange to what we means to.
Okay, like this method can be used for the similar, what you say, like now it's for like this data set mainly focus on water treatment systems. So if there is something more like related to this, like the sensors or some like actuators, which have like most of the ICS systems have these things, so they can actually use this. So it's because the main, like as I said, the main thing was like in real time data that we get is like it's not balanced, like it's a random, or like uh it's not like if there is like normal data, there is like 1 lakh, then there will be like attack data of like 20,000 or like 2,000. It can vary. So for that, to get the model, like the main thing was like to train the model which can give more accurate values. So for training, this is good.
Okay, all good. Yeah, all the very best to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, dear author. Prashant sir, can you please start the presentation if your issue has been resolved?
Yes, ma'am. Just give me a moment.
Sir.
The screen is visible, ma'am. Screen is visible.
Yeah, it is loading, sir. The screen is
Just give me a moment.
yeah.
Yes. So basically, this is paper number 43. Sorry. This is paper number 9. That basically the application of AI in the healthcare in India, that navigating with the ethical, legal, and social implications. So basically, in this paper, we have examined about the healthcare system that has been looking for the possibility of enhancing your patient care evaluation and ramifications. This also concerns about the influence on the medical personnel and healthcare system on the entirely, as well as the problems like patients' confidentiality, discrimination, prejudice, transparency, and accountability. So basically, we have seen you can say, investigated the use of AI, that is machine intelligence, for the medical purpose, that has managed for improved diagnosis and you can say the improvised treatment plans. So just give me a moment. So basically, if you see the entire part, so it has been used to enhance the professional decisions, patient care, organizational effectiveness, making it possible for more individualized and accurate care, decreasing your medical mistakes, and extending the availability of medical services. Where these technologies have potential to completely transform the healthcare sector. Basically, it is including the issues of responsibilities, data privacy, security. Legal guidelines are required to control the application of AI in the healthcare and guarantee security of patient data. So healthcare professionals and organizations, they are risking their legal as well as the economic repercussions if they don't address these issues. So basically, with many clinical diagnosis, care plans, drug development, and patient care governance, AI has been proliferated this particular healthcare sector. So this is the literature review that we have carried out by studying the various authors, into which they have taken up the various issues with the application of policy making, e-governance, AI-powered decision support systems for the policymakers, to assist the policymakers in urban planning and all that. So this was the proposed work, basically, into which it starts with, first of all, the understanding of the problem, where you have to map the processes and the key drivers and all. And then you have to ideate with the stakeholders, designing the process workflows and teams. And then you have to develop the ML models and establish the clinical utility. So this would be including your design intervention. Then comes your implementation part, where aligning the institutional resources and priorities are to be taken up. Then real-time user feedbacks and observations are made. Try to engage more clinical leadership with the frontline users, educate them, train the users, and implement user-friendly system. Then comes the last part, that is the evaluation, into which access, implementation, process, and clinical outcomes to be taken care of. Monitoring the machine learning model performance and decide to iterate and maintain the scale and you can say retirement of intervention. So basically, it is a continuous process. These are the legal and ethical ramifications that are coming in to the Indian context for implementing and deploying the AI in healthcare. One issue is the private on priority is the data privacy and security. So the personal data protection law basically lays the guideline for your gathering, in storage and usage of patient data, the governing usage of AI system in the Indian healthcare system. Then discrimination and bias, it is another important issue that has been taken care of. It needs to be taken care of to prevent the bias and prejudice the certain particular patient population, those who cannot afford that, those who are facing the digital divide, culture, you can say the regional discrimination, so social discrimination. So basically it is addressing all regions, history, dialect, and ethnicity. Then comes the informed consent of the patient. Am I audible, ma'am?
You
Yes,
are
sir, you are
audible.
audible.
Okay. Then basically responsibility and accountability is another issue, then equity and access. These need to be taken care of. So basically in our conclusion, we can say that medical expenditure in India basically has been decreased and patient outcomes needed to be improved with the development of AI technology. So to guarantee these technologies needed to be implemented in a fair and long-lasting manner. So basically substantial ethical, legal, and societal problems needed to be resolved. So AI is basically created and helping in a manner to autonomy, confidentiality, and dignity from an ethical point of view. So basically making certain that individuals are having their ownership over the information distribution and the use of AI techniques should be open, clear, and impartial. Healthcare providers must be open and honest with the limits of the AI technology, as well as providing the consumers with the data they are requiring to make sensible choices about the choices for their treatment. So with this, we will be concluding our first paper, that is paper number 9.
Are you
Am
there,
I
Prashant
audible?
sir? Yeah. You have
Yes,
done
ma'am.
with your
Yes, ma'am.
presentation? Have you done with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Indeed, the presentation was.
Is the screen is visible?
No, it's not
No,
visible.
no.
Is the screen is visible, ma'am?
No, you might have closed it.
You need to share again.
No, ma'am. Actually, I am facing the internet signals are not good in our area actually right now. Now it's visible.
Yeah, it is visible. Jitendra sir, would you like to ask
Yes,
a
ma'am.
question so that I will
No,
ask after you?
fine, okay. Okay, fine, dear. It's okay.
Okay. Then
Thank you
this
so
is the
much, sir.
another paper that is also involving the role
Prashant
of
sir,
AI in policy
Prashant
making and decision.
sir,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have a
Yes,
query.
ma'am, please.
Yes.
Yes.
AI in healthcare is very essentially it has got a great depth
Sorry?
as far as the domain. Am I audible? Am I
Yes,
clearly
ma'am.
audible to you? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because the range problem is there, no, at your end, so I thought we just
Yes, ma'am.
continue.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah. So as far as AI contribution to the healthcare is concerned, as far as the vertical and the horizontal, it has got a very great impact, is it not? So is there any specific disease that you are trying or to, enlighten on, or is there any specific
Ma'am, basically
AI
we
technique that you are
basically
proposing?
we have not carried out this study in context to a particular study.
Mhm.
It is with the regulatory and ethical and implementation guidelines of the IT sector, IT Act, and involving the patient information sharing and privacy and all these concerns. So that was taken in this study, ma'am.
Okay, but you could have redirected us to what clause you have, redirected it to. Is it
Yes,
not?
ma'am.
That was not a part of your paper.
Yes, ma'am. We haven't done that, but we can include that as well. That is not a problem.
Okay, so please do the same.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
So that audience will be clear to what you are presenting. Okay, please continue for your next
So
paper. Krishna.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the next paper is paper number 43. Basically, it is AI governance in policy making for decision making for e-governance. Is it visible?
It is.
So basically, this is examining AI in policy making and decision support for e-governance. So basically, we are again checking up the policy making with the AI. So recent years, e-governance has been an issue that is needed to be taken care of. So all these things, AI has been emerging as a powerful tool for revolutionizing the policy making and decision support system. Quickly coming on to our proposed work. So basically, AI governance has been required with the decision on investment and AI technology choices, tools and framework selection, then delivery of AI with the domain focus system, back office system and citizens engagement, and with this improving situational awareness and decision making, and streamlining and government processes, and then vision of AI-based governance. This needed to be taken care of. So these are our experiment results that we have taken up. Various scenario models and predictive analysis that we have taken care of. This is being conducted by the conducting questionnaires and with the survey. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am. So the screen is visible to you?
Yes.
So the conclusion is that e-governance requires the significant potential to be taken care of using the AI policy making, and again that data privacy and you can say policy makers to optimize the resource allocation and streamlining of administrative procedures, and you can say decision support capabilities. Basically, these are main concerns that we have found out in this study. So if you have any questions, ma'am, then you can ask, please. Thank you.
I have no question for you, Prashant. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, she's not having any question for you.
Yes, ma'am, please बताइए.
Sir, she is not having any question for you.
Okay, okay, then no problem, no
Thank you
issues.
so much, sir.
Thank you.
So, so we are proceeding with our next presentation. I would like to call Gargi Adalya to present her paper on the paper title Stacked Boxes, Detection and Segmentation. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, I am there. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. You may start the presentation.
Yes, thank you so much. So good afternoon, Priya ma'am and Jitendra sir. I would like to present the paper titled under Stacked Boxes Detection and Segmentation. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Yeah. So
Yeah, just make it full screen. Yeah, it's visible.
Now is it okay? Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, thank you. So our title is Stacked Boxes Detection and Segmentation. So the contents we are covering is the problem statement, introduction, then applications in the business management, tool and technologies used, architecture and results. So the introduction about our topic is that in the warehousing and inventory management systems, there are very large companies which are contributing in it, like Mahindra or TCS, etc. So in IT sector as well as in inventory or some management sectors, we have to detect the boxes, like the products which are packed in the boxes. So for that, we need to detect them real time in continuous manner. And in this approach, we are using YOLO and SAM, which are the two frameworks in machine learning. and we are using them to create a robust model which will detect the boxes which are stacked over one another. And the specialty of YOLO framework is that it can detect multiple bounding boxes, and the specialty of SAM is that it can give you pixel level of segmentation for each box. So the next point is that the problem statement. So if we consider any box, then we have its dimensions like sizes, then its orientation, where it is tilted or it is straight or it is upside down, etc. And also we have some instances like maybe the half of the box is visible in some images where the stack is present, multiple boxes are arranged, and some cluttered environments may hassle your system. So for this, we have added different data augmentations in the model. Then we have another approach where we used YOLO plus SAM models. And in that, we get the information about position, size, shape, and the number of boxes in that stack. Then the critical task is that to identify those real time. And we can also send this real time data to the cloud. So this can be used in logistics department of any warehousing or inventory management systems. Next point is the real life application. So as I mentioned earlier also, it is used in inventory management. Then it can be used in the automation in warehousing. As you can see in that house particularly, it is the automating a structure present over there. Then we can use it for optimizing the shipping, which can be seen in the another diagram where the shipping is done. Then we can use it for real-time monitoring as well. Then we have used the tools like Colab for machine learning implementation, then YOLO network for object detection, then SAM framework for object segmentation, and we use UI for computer vision and particularly showing the detection of boxes. Like we are inputting the video or image and we get the detected and segmented ones. So for that we need to create UI. So these are some tools and their logos. Then this is the actual methodology we used. So if we consider YOLO, we created database, then annotated it, and we classified it to train, test, and validate. Then we processed the data, augmented it, and generated final data set. Then we start training. We use two methods for training. First is Auto ML, which is the feature of our UI, and then we deployed it. Where we are giving inputs and we get the output like detection and segmentation. And another is custom train, where we use Colab and we use machine learning models to detect it, like deep learning we have used here. And then we evaluate the results, we get training graphs, and then we deployed it. And next model is SAM model. So in SAM, we need to install and download the weights. So weights are already given to that particular data set. Then we load it to, like we are assigning them, we are mapping them, and then we set the checkpoints for that particular path of images. If there are multiple images, multiple checkpoints will be there. Then we use the automated mask technique, which is provided by SAM only, and then mask is generated. Then we can visualize it using by giving the input, and we can see the segmented box, and then we can get the interaction with the dimensions like horizontal, vertical, right side, left side, etc. And uh, in the uh, in the next point, we have example, like if we segmented the bounded box, here we have box. So it draw the bounding box, then it generate it mask for it, then it visualize the mask, then we can see the segmented box, and then the axial interactions can be seen. Next point is the results. So here is the results for stacked boxes detection. So this is the image which I have captured from my camera. And if we see the source image which we have downloaded from net, so we get the segmented result. Next slide. Okay. Then this is the training graphs which we have got from AutoML. So it is calculating loss as well as the MAP values, mean average precision values, and it is showing that by class for validation set, test set, and training set. Then we have performance analysis. So here is the table in which there are number of epochs, then time taken, then memory taken, then mean average precision in percentage, and labels. So we have got till 84%. of MAP values, and these are the labels which are used for the types of boxes. And in horizontal comparison, the same values are compared. And for the next, we have used the parameters as time in the x-axis and the MAP values. Next one is the end of the our presentation, and I would like to thank my guide Shilpa Sonkar ma'am, and along with I am having a partner as Shashank Zafe. He is also joined the meeting. I'm from Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, Pune, Maharashtra, India. So I'm very happy to share my points and my research here. And I would like to ask now the judges to have some questions for us. Thank you.
Hitendra sir, do you have any questions to Karthi? Sir, are we audible to you, Hitendra sir? Okay, he will take a minute to join us. So Gandhi, I have a question for you. Like as you said, to your ma'am by camera. First of all, I should appreciate you. The idea is really fantastic and a useful potential. So, the boxes you try to capture from your camera and you are trying to get the readings. My thinking to you is if it is going to be a scalar, if the number of books are going to be in concepts, is your system in place to cope up with taking the images or reading it or processing it, at last converting it or getting it analyzed?
Yes, actually the system is capable because SAM is just now invented, like in market, it is reached at 2021. So it is very good model. Like I know that YOLO V7 can't do it properly. If we have thousands of boxes and we have captured it in by minimizing the image too far. So there were many pixels, like we will get many boxes and arrays for sale. So it will be hard for that model, but SAM model can do that because SAM has its own structure. So it will give the weight for each pixel, and that weight is loaded to the image label. So if we fetch that image label, you will get the pixel and is there any box over there? So we can detect that. And after that, for the combined result, we have in the SAM model, multiple mask detection system. So first pixel will start from first array. Then if one array is completed, it will go to second array, and sequentially it will cover all the pixels while we are training, and it will generate mask for each pixel. Then it will sum it up using that sum function, and then we can get the whole picture of masks only. Then we have to give the input as what actual part we want from that whole picture. Like we want each individual box, and boxes look like this particular dimension, the box is like this. So that validation is already done by the backend, and then it will detect all the boxes separately, and we can choose color, etc., to actually segment those, like blue color for this dimension, red color for this augmentation, etc. Like tilted boxes will be colored differently, uh, straight boxes will be colored differently. So that can be done. So this is actually segmentation. We are separating into different segments. Boxes are same only, but they are arranged in different manner. They are with different products. Maybe in some boxes there will be beauty products. In some there will be something sensors and etc. electronic products. So we can classify in that manner as well. So we have four stacks in one image, and each stack has 500 boxes, let's say, and total we have some 1,000 boxes, right? So we can do that using the segmentation. For each of the stack, we can give particular color and we can detect them and then stack them. We can segment them actually.
Okay, and can you tell me what is the future scope here?
What is the future scope?
The future scope that is the work done in really fantastic.
Yeah, so in the field of
many people, wherein
yeah.
they are facing a lot of issues as far as tracking with.
Yeah, so in India or in overall world, we can see that there is some missing boxes, missing products, delivery is not okay, etc., etc. So their customers are very unhappy for that particular critical tasks. So this system can be implemented by the companies using their business operation teams, so that they can particularly um, create their plan according to the system. So what the system does, it is checking where the boxes number is equal or not, where the position and size is as it was, whether they are segmented with their parts, like some may have sensors, some may have actuators, some may have transformers. So they are divided and segmented just as it was or not. So that can be real-time access. We have CCTVs nowadays, so
I
that
got
is
it.
not.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Jitendra sir, are you there? Okay, no worries. We can move forward. So may I have the
Yeah, so may I stop sharing?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
So it's a last call for Durgesh Badole to present his paper. The paper title, Detection of Fake Audio, a Deep Learning Based Comprehensive Survey. Sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Am I
Yes.
audible, ma'am?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
Yes, yes. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. So thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon. First of all,
You don't have
thank you.
presentation? Durgesh, you don't have presentation?
Yes, sir. I also have presentation for this.
No, this paper you are projecting. So do you have you prepare PPT for that?
Yes, also prepare PPT also, sir. Yes, because it just a survey. That's why we
Okay.
actually. What, sir?
Okay, continue.
Okay, sir. So first of all, I would like to represent our paper, which is Deep Detection of Fake Audio, a deep learning based comprehensive survey. So what is a deep fake? It is the first of all question to everyone. First of all, it will question to everyone. Deep fake is generally a synthetic generated audio, which is used for bad purposes like defaming, blackmailing, and other purposes like robbery. And currently, with the improvement in the technology of AI, it is much more getting complicated to detect such a deepfake. So we came up with the survey for which techniques are used by different authors, and to point out it is generally a deepfake or not, and what accuracy they achieve with different technologies they use so far. So here is the complete introduction of deepfake. Deepfake is the data created by deep learning. Actually, deep learning models are created, and such models are generally helpful for detecting as well as creating such a deepfake audios. So here are some authors which done some related work on this field. They use variety of methodologies such as CNN, DNN, NLP, natural language processing, and also LSTM and other technologies. They use varieties of data such as face forensics and ASV spoof data set to train their model. And for testing, they use significantly large amount of data. And some of them work are noted here. And after that, some major techniques are mentioned in their research. Those are deep learning, convolutional neural network, CNN technology. Mostly, the most of the authors has found out that with the image, CNN has a capability to point out with the CNN, they can actually transform a wave, an audio signal into an image, and that image can be treated as a a source for detecting such a deep fake. So along with that, some another technologies such as NLP, speech detection using DNA technologies, and other technologies are mentioned here. So here we made the summary table of all the authors that we searched, and that got some significantly better accuracy, and and they use some such a model that we have noted here and their accuracy. And for future scope, we have jotted some points that can help us for further study in this field. And we also noted some accuracy achieved and summary for that paper that they use, and remark we give as a future scope as well. So here are some papers that they use in this field. I got one interesting method, CNN, which is used by an author that got 98.88% accuracy, that that he got CNN with using another technologies, and some related papers are noted here. So that's it. And we pointed out the observation for these papers, which we prepare here. So different technologies are used in the field to detect such a deepfake audios, but it is getting much harder nowadays because of the AI generated voices are developing, and AI technologies are helping to detect in the new way. For detecting such a deepfakes, the such technology must be known to us, because once the deepfake are created in one technological manner, that technological manner also helps us to detect such a deepfake. And so here are some references, and along with this, I will like to represent our PPT. And this is our topic: detection of fake audio, deep learning based comparison survey. We are a group member of 5. Currently, one member is not feeling well, so she cannot join. And we all are the students from Rajashri College of Engineering, Pune, Maharashtra, India. And some points are here to explain in short manner to
Sorry, sir, are you
explain you.
sharing your PPT
Yes,
presentation?
yes,
But
yes.
sir, your Word file is visible to us.
Word file, okay. Okay, ma'am, I share it again. Now it is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, it is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So we are the currently we have group of 5 members, and these are myself, Durgesh Badole, from Computer Science Department from Rajeshri Shah College of Engineering, Tatawade, Pune. And these are my 3 members, which are from same branch as like me, computer science branch in the same college. And currently one member is not feeling well, so she can't join. And here are the some short introduction about the deepfake. As I told earlier, deepfake is synthetically generated audio for using for bad purposes, and detection of such a mechanism is not currently developed in India. Like
Durgesh,
most
can
of
you play the
uh,
presentation, my dear?
it is not displaying, ma'am.
It is displayed, but it's there in a design view.
Screen.
Please
Okay,
play the
okay, yes,
presentation.
ma'am.
Just press F5.
So your domain
It
is
is
related to speech processing, Durgesh?
yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
It is currently it is the need of a digital world, because many more technologies are used to actually tamper people, with the deepfakes, such as voice conversation software can be used to fool some people and get their private information. And also another technology like text to speech detection software, which is currently in develop, and it is developing so fast. So it can lead to deepfake, and it is used for really bad purposes. It can fool people and steal their private data. So such a system is needed to detect such a deepfake. So in the advancement of technology of voice cloning software has featured that audio deepfakes currently hold a significantly large amount of place in blackmailing and also fraudulent areas. So this is our model of project. First of all, we will uh, pass a audio file which we need to test, and then with the help of a Python and TensorFlow packages, we will convert it into a waveform. A waveform is basically a time versus amplitude domain, which detects a key feature in that audio. And from that audio waveform, we will generate a spectrogram, which is a time versus frequency image. And that spectrogram we will feed to our convolutional neural network, which will detect some feature and predict the output that this audio is synthetically generated or not. So spectrogram is basically just a frequency versus time domain, and because we can't feed the audio files to CNN directly, that's why we created spectrogram to feed CNN and detect some of the key features from the audio. And we will be using CNN model. We will use three convolutional layer along followed by the three max pooling layer and activation function as ReLU, and some optimizing function to reduce the loss, such as Adam optimizer, and and we will evaluate the training accuracy and validation accuracy. So that's it, sir. If you want to ask any question, please ask, sir.
So what is the current state of the art actually in this domain? Because see, your observation is that using two or more technologies together will, but what technologies? Because so many researchers are doing work on this basically for cybersecurity and for specifically in speech domain only.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So any,
Basically,
yeah.
yes, sir. Basically, we will focus on, first of all, we will focus us on CNN technology. And also we will involve some technology for LSTM technology, because we got some information that if we only use a CNN network, that will yield no significantly better accuracy. That's why some other technologies which deals with audio features is also needed to point out and to find out accuracy to improve our accuracy, and we can correctly mention it is fake or not. So that's why in this field currently very researchers are working, but currently this field is also enhancing. So that's why it is much complex to actually detect such a deepfake. To gather some information about this, we need to find out the technology behind such deepfake, which are used to create such deepfake, because those technology will be helpful in detecting such deepfakes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, conclude.
Durgesh, Siddesh, and team, I really appreciate you, to a great extent, because it seems that you are a student of final year, and it's going to be your final year project, and under the guidance of somebody
Ye-
in your department, you have carried out started the work, and it's really a very good idea. But then I
Yes,
want to listen it from you, Durgesh and Siddesh, from both of you. What was the
yes, ma'am.
motivation behind this topic?
Ma'am, motivation actually, we got actually we some were doing some AI project, MI project, and we found one video. We found out that president of America, like Barack Obama, Donald Trump, their voices are swapped with the AI, and actually they are speaking another thing, and with the help of such technology they got another meaning. Media and other people got another meaning. So that's why there was a terrible situation in the news that president told this, and was news was eventually very came to hike, and such after that such a technology was came to introduction to people, and that's why it is very harmful, and also it is lead to large amount of fraudulent cases. Actually, some news are not covering like this, but it is estimated that it is worldwide criteria that deepfakes are stealing people's data, stealing their money, and many information from that. So that's why we think that it is a unique project. And currently, it is not in the field of work in India. Like some less people are doing, but we need to improve it, and we want a try to showcase that it is a
Very good.
harmful and stay away
Very,
from it.
very nice. Very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a suggestion for you guys,
Yes, ma'am.
you can effectively use AI techniques, that is, especially the supervised machine learning and classification algorithm. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, the simulation, you can go ahead with some data science tool, that is Power BI, or
Yes, ma'am.
to come up ahead with the beautiful results. Okay, thank you and best wishes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for time.
Thank you so much, dear author.
Thank you so much.
Now, I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentation and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for the support during this second version and the previous first version of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the third version in 2024. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Further, all the papers have already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2023. I also thank our session chairs, Dr. Priya Pise and Dr. Jitendra Bhatia, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of Team ISBM 2023 and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. I also request our session chairs to enlighten me as well as our hardworking presenters with their words.
Thank you, Soumya. And really, all the right authors have done a very good work. And there is one suggestion that while writing the research paper, right, if they incorporate the latest current challenges and limitations along with the state of the art, then definitely any researcher can carry forward their work, and they can do some implementation based on that, will be very helpful to the community. And some paper in some authors might talk about some data set. So if they are instead of taking the existing standard data set, that's fine by taking existing data set. But if we generate any real data set, then it will be definitely helpful to the research community. So that's a suggestion from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a valuable suggestion. Dr. Priyama?
It was my immense pleasure to be a session chair, for the conference. It was really a wonderful discussion amongst all of us. And I wish a very best of luck to all the authors to continue with our work. And I should be thankful to them for sharing their ideas. And as Jitendra sir has rightly said, that there can be, a scope of improvement for the next version maybe. So thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request all the participants as well as our session chairs to kindly turn on their video cameras so that I can take a quick snapshot.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Aruna from Sydney. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Kindly please turn on your camera. Thank you so much, everyone, for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, Priya ma'am.
Same here, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.